Brothers and sisters, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Please smash that like button, leave a comment or a question. If you leave a question in the comments on any of my live streams, I will respond to it and possibly make a video out of it. And thank you very much. Today I want to talk about not passing on pain. It was a lesson that I learned. I taught myself, or I learned. I'm not sure when it came about. Around the time that I started taking life seriously as a father. And having been through what I've been through in my life, in my early childhood, the things I went through, I understood that there's this thing. It feels like a generational curse. People say generational curses are a thing, and I mean they can be. The sins of the parents, they can pass on to the children, and then it just can keep going on and on and on and on. And what's up, HR? Yo, good to see you, bro. And that comes from learned behavior. If you learn a certain type of behavior as you're growing up, then it becomes a part of you. Like we talk about narcissists and other types of toxic people, and they learned that behavior, or they created a defense mechanism in them in order to protect themselves. And instead of either having the ability or choosing to, or the opportunity, or whatever the case was, they decided not to work on themselves and to keep using that defense mechanism until it devolved them spiritually, and evolved as a toxic weapon or shield to be used. Mine was anger. And I recognized that my parents used anger to disassociate themselves from the realities that they didn't want to face. And they passed that on to me, along with a smattering of other things. Love my parents, by the way. They're in a much healthier place, and I'm glad to see it. And honestly, I think part of that is due to my sister and I doing the work on ourselves to better ourselves as people and leading by example. Healing a generational curse can work in reverse if the parents pay attention and if they really do want to change. Some people are toxic just because they don't know any other way to live. They don't have anybody to help them. They don't have anybody to guide them, and they want to change. And some of them don't. Some of them are just comfortable being lying, demonic, evil pieces of trash that are just garbage, destroy other people because it makes them feel better, gives them good, because of their hurt inner child's fifis, clutching that baba and blankie and not trying to learn and grow. But one of the things that I learned was we do not pass on pain. It's a mantra that I used, that I still use to this day. We do not pass on pain. When I recognize that there is an emotional reaction, or there is a trigger, or there is something that I am doing that is reflective of either a defense mechanism that I created due to the traumas from childhood, or is mimicking a behavior, a toxic behavior from one of my parents or one of the adults around me when I was a child, then I stop it. Why am I having this reaction? Why am I acting this way? Healing is not passing on pain. What is up, Through the Veil? Hello, sweetheart. Good to see you guys. Please check out Through the Veil if you're into tarot card readings and other cool shit. Great channel. Good to see you. One of the things that we do not pass on pain. I said that many times to NarcX, and what I discovered going through what I went through, because it wasn't just the ex, it was a whole nest of toxicity that I went into at that time when I became engaged with her, because she was associated, like I said, with me for like over 20 years, and also with friends that I had since I was 13 years old, people that have been around in my childhood. Like attracts like. Your spirit, your soul, God, however you want to look at it, places you around people that you incarnate with, or you come into this world with, that you're meant to learn lessons from, that are meant to be influences into the evolution of your soul and your spirit. And some of those people were. And because I did not learn those lessons early in, and it took me a longer time, then I guess I had to re-engage that same circle of people. You're very welcome, Through the Veil. Good to see you. She says, yeah, I have a lot of triggers You have to stop and ponder how to rework a reaction. Yeah, and change is something that I always say. I'm always saying reaction. I need to stop doing that. Trying to train myself to its response. A reaction is, when a trigger hits you and you emotionally react, or you do, you go into that old toxic or that embedded way of thinking. Then you're reacting. Sitting down, pondering, absolutely. Understand how to respond, when and when not to respond. One of the lessons that I learned from dealing with toxic people over the last year was sometimes no response is a response. But yes, absolutely, you're right. What's up, Beth? Good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate you. I am whoring myself on live streams right now for watch hours. I'm less than 400 watch hours away from hitting monetization. So if you guys could share out this stream or watch it later if you're stopping by, I greatly appreciate it. Because I need to monetize this channel. I need monies. I'm doing everything I can for monies right now. And that is because the healing curve, the healing process that I had to go through, and the amount of fighting that I had to do with not just Narc X, not just the person she triangulated me with, but also this toxic group of people called Comicsgate that came after me to try and get me to off myself or to do more damage. Drained me, drained my ability to fight. I kept fighting, and I'm still fighting to this day. But it stifled my growth personally because I had to put so much energy into healing and protecting myself. So I am in a bit of a position right now. I don't really want to say because my enemies, my stalkers will use it against me, but I'm in a position right now where I am trying to save up money. I need to save up money to get to where I got to get. Keep creating. That's what I do, Rookie Chart. That's what I do. What is up? Ryan Roger Athy, Herbie Rogues here. Member of Rogue Entertainment, crew of mine. Good people, Rogue 2.0, nothing but the best. He just hit 1,600 subs again today. Congratulations to Ryan. All is well, man. I know it's late in the UK, but if you could watch this later, help me out with some watch hours. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna keep fighting. Absolutely, Nicole. I don't stop. I don't want to go too far into this because it's not the subject of the stream, but after being harassed by clusters of people, stalked, hate streams, people digging up liars and fake ass motherfuckers from years ago to do lying ass streams about me, and that battle took, the battle with the narcissists was more than one, took place, at home where I came up, where I grew up, friends, family. It wasn't just online. It was, but my escape had always been going to YouTube, and then that became the next battleground for toxic people because of unresolved, unhealed issues in them, because toxic people will project. We're going to go into that in a little bit. But I wanted to talk about now passing on pain, because that should be our objective in life. It's a hard thing, and absolutely is some of the most difficult things, to understand that you had traumas that are unresolved, that have affected you, your growth, the way that you look at the world, the way you manifest reality, the way you manifest what you want in this matrix we call our dimension. And when you allow yourself to think negatively, you don't even realize it, but you're manifesting those negative things. I'm gonna get a little spiritual on y'all today. I hope you don't mind. Some of you can be open-minded. I know I got people from all different fades that come through my channel, and I greatly appreciate you. All of your perspectives are valid. All of them add to my understanding, and I'm very happy to have this community where everyone's welcome. You've been through what we've been through. I don't give a damn how you pray, if you pray, where you pray. I don't care where you from, how you talk, what language. I don't give a damn. You are welcome here. If you went through 1/10 of what I went through, you are welcome here, and I love you, and I'm proud of you for getting as far as you have. And if you've healed, congratulations. I want to be one of you one day. Not passing on pain is something that healthy people do. As we learn the lessons in life and we face our traumas and we overcome them, we We integrate our shadow selves, that damage in us. We confront it, we ponder it, we go through it. We figure out how those triggers were caused, where they came from. You find a place of forgiveness. You learn yourself, learn what happened, and if you can, in the best cases, forgive the person that put that damage into you, not for them, but for you. Because holding on to hate is like drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. I was listening to a guru the other day who was saying that when you are angry at someone else, when you have hate in your heart towards someone, you are actually angry at yourself. That is a response to you. You're disappointed. You're angry at yourself for the mistake of another. So there's no reason to do that. If you learn, you transmute that energy, you turn it into something else, you turn it into a learning experience. I took everything that I just went through in the last year, 2 years, 2+ years, learning experience. And because I did that, because I did not pass on my pain, I accepted my pain, I integrated my shadow self, I transmuted it. Because I didn't do that, it has turned into lessons from other parts of my life. Yeah, I understand that. Thank you, Ryan. I greatly appreciate you. Absolutely. Dude, congratulations on 1,600. Keep it pushing. You're gonna hit 2K. You're gonna do it because you got a great channel, and can't wait to. I'm very happy that we are friends. We're working together, and that I'm going to be able to see that happen. See you succeed, man. What's up, Bone? Bone, one of my biggest supporters. Thank you so much for supporting me on TikTok, and everywhere else, man. Bone, you are awesome. Thank you, man. You're thank you. I don't know what else to say. Now, toxic people don't face their pain. They pass on pain. Instead of doing the healthy thing, the mature thing, instead of evolving as a person, they will pass on that pain. And what do I mean by that? Well, because toxic people have anger in them, depending on the type of toxicity, because not all toxic people are straight liars, but all of them lie because they're lying to themselves. Liars, for instance, y'all know I got bones to pick with liars. I can't stand that shit. If a person is a liar, they live through habitual lying, then they will see other people as liars, right? There's no way that you're telling them the truth. A narcissistic person can't understand that you are being genuine with your feelings, your love, your dedication, your faithfulness, who you are as a person, because they live in lies. And so everybody else lies. And you're dealing with a fragile ego. Toxic people, they got that fragile ego. There's a pain that exists in them that weakens their character, weakens who they are, their personality. It creates a weakness in them, which creates fragile ego. And if you do not confront that, there's two ways to go about that. Either you confront what is making you a weaker person, what is making you a damaged person, your pain, and you confront it, you overcome it, you resolve it, you find the healing that you need to find in you, or you cover it up by hurting other people or hurting yourself. Because there are toxic personality types out there that self-sabotage, that know, let's say they know in their intuition, their spirit, what's left in them. Not all toxic people are demonic. Let's put it that way. Some toxic people are just have unresolved issues, and they will sabotage themselves if they know damn well being with this person or going to this place, making a move, it would be better for them, for their kids, for their family, for their health, for their whatever. They know it would be better. They will sabotage it. They'll make up an excuse in their head. Well, there's no way this is good for me because I've been through this and this and this and this, and it's always failed because of their own self-sabotages. And it's going to be the same thing here. And they will destroy that. They will destroy that opportunity. What another person does is not on you. You are only responsible for you. And then there are toxic people out there who will wholly reject, the fact that you're loving, caring, kind, empathetic, good, whatever it is. We're not all perfect, by the way. We're not all perfect, and I don't want it to seem preachy, like, I'm like the kindest, fucking most compassionate motherfucker. I'm not. I could be a dick. And I know, and I try not to be a dick, but I know that I can be. I also can bullshit myself. When you're going through narcissistic abuse, and you're sitting next to that goblin. Let's talk about the goblin for a minute, all right? Everybody's telling you that person that you're in love with, or it could be a family member too, but depending on, whatever narcissist or toxic person it is, everybody's telling you, your friends, that's a goblin sitting next to you. That's a goblin. And you're like, no, that's not a goblin. That is the most beautiful person I've ever met. They love me. We're going to have a great relationship. I believe all the bullshit they tell me. Everything in my world is wonderful with them. They are perfect. They are great. They are kind people. And then all your friends are going, no, that's a goblin. Yo, that's a goblin. A lot of my friends that still talk to me after what happened, they always say that to me, dude, that was a goblin. Like, I know there was a goblin. Now I know there was a goblin, but you lie to yourself when you don't admit that truth. You don't listen to your instincts. You don't listen to your soul, to the signs that happen all around you. I don't care how you connect to source, God, goddess, Lord, lady, whatever, however it is you look at it. I don't care if your gods, if you got 17,000 gods and they got 10 arms and all that shit. I don't care. God sends you signs. The universe sends you signs all the time. The universe will actually give you a cheat sheet for the obstacles that you're about to encounter, to see how smart you are and if you're going to pay attention and if you're stubborn. I was pig-headed. I lied to myself. I kept going back thinking that I could win. There's no winning when you're dealing with a toxic people. You're dealing with a narcissistic person. The only win, honestly, the only down and out, the only way to win, no contact. That is the way to win, honestly. Although you can hurt them. And when I get this channel monetized, once I get this channel monetized, I'm going to create a series for channel members about how to get vengeance on a narcissist, because it can be done. You can hurt them. Remember, they're weak inside. And once you regain your strength, you know your work, you know your worth, you know your boundaries. Once you understand truth is the bane of all liars, once you understand, you can fight back. Now, fighting back isn't advised in all situations, because there are some people out there like psychopaths who will go the extra mile to really fucking hurt you, to damage you. There are cluster B personality types. There are toxic people who have narcissistic tendencies who are not narcissists, that are dangerous. But generally speaking, you can come after them. You can get back at them hoovering hobgoblins. I did it with this channel. I kept spitting the truth over and over, kept it, and it resonated because I was being honest, because I was defending my name, and I was fighting for my life. Kept coming out with truth that resonated with people. My TikTok resonated with people, because a lot of us have gone through this, and only people who have been through it understand what we've been through. That it resonated enough that it became kryptonite to all the toxic people that were coming after me at the time. Let's see. I want to go back and say a few things. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi. That's great. What's up, Michelle? Hail to you, sister. Thank you so much for being here. They are stagnant creatures. That is where they want you. They want to hurt you to feel good. So yes. You're talking about, so like I said, I'm gonna get a little spiritual today. So I hope some of y'all don't mind if you're not, spiritual cats, or if you are another type, another faith that doesn't go into those areas. But and I'm gonna translate this through monotheistic terms. I am a pagan myself. I am a Wiccan. So it's just easier. That's actually just easier to translate through monotheistic terms. So, God isn't responsible for your free will, right? On this earth. You're responsible for your growth. You're placed here to learn. You're placed here for your spirit to grow, for you to ascend to the next level before you move on to your next incarnation. And while you're doing that, while you're growing, especially if you're like an anointed one, a chosen one, that type, the devil, demons, they're going to come after you. Dark forces, they want to attack you. Yes, angels and demons exist. Angels and demons absolutely exist. I don't care what faith you have. Those terms, those things, those creatures exist. Angels are here to make sure that everything's going on the course it's meant to go on. Right? They don't. And let's put it in human terms. They don't get into emotional reactivity. They're not emotional creatures. They are here to make sure the clockwork of the universe continues to unfold as it is meant to be, as destiny means it to be. Demons have free will. Demons are all about chaos. They want to bring you down. When you are a person who is shining bright, you will get challenged by demons. They don't like bright lights. They don't like positive people. They don't like honesty. They want chaos. They want the Jerry Springer show. That's what a demon wants. They want that. And they will come after you. Now, you can overcome them by shining brightly, learning your lessons, moving forward, being a healer, doing what you have to do. If you are a toxic person, they love you. They love you. check out Through the Veil. Nicole will understand what I'm talking about right now. Okay, possessions, spiritual possession, demonic possessions, they do not only take place in objects or homes or areas. It can also be people. They can possess you. That's real talk. If you are a person who generates low vibrations, is toxic, is destructive, is a liar, is a manipulator, your mission in life is to is to crush your own soul, crush your own spirit, devolve yourself, hinder your own spiritual growth by not facing your issues and moving and growing and learning from them, but instead protecting that fragile ego with a funhouse mirror bubble around you of lies, where you can look out of that, through that funhouse mirror, and everybody else is exactly what you are. And you justify destroying others in order to protect yourself. Then you attract demonic forces. You attract demons. Those demons will possess you. They will graft onto you. That's why a lot of my videos I say, if you don't face and overcome your demons, you become one. Because you do. You will absolutely will. One of the guy that I was triangulated with, the freaking gay biker from Delaware, getting pegged in the ass, banging trannies, beating on Narc X. I have a picture of him with a fucking demon in it that grafted itself to him because he didn't face his issues. He's an asshole. He's unresolved. He has mommy issues that he never dealt with, and he has matter of fact, it's in my posts. Go back about 3 months in my posts, and there's a picture of his dumb fugly ass, and you can see it. You can see the demon. It's above his right shoulder, I believe. These things happen. So they want you, if a narcissist or a toxic person gets to a certain point, if they are a very, very evil person, and if they have attracted dark forces and they have attracted demons to themselves and they are now possessed by demons, their job absolutely is to pass on pain. They have no control over themselves anymore. They're evil. They have no control. They have given in to their dark forces. And so their job is to destroy you. They will seek out the best of the best. And put you through that test. It's your job to pass that test. Like I said, watch out for signs. God gives you a cheat sheet. Always, the universe, Goddess always gives you a cheat sheet there looking after you. The Lord looking for you. All Father is there looking after you. But yes, but as Michelle said, they're stagnant creatures. They're stagnant in as far as their growth, but there are different types of demons. There are different types of pacts that a toxic person can make with the devil, so to speak. So some toxic people do grow. You know, one of the people who organized the targeted harassment at me from Comicsgate, the leader of it, he succeeds. The pacts he made with his devil, his demons, allowed him to succeed because he is able to hurt other people through influence and money. But yeah, they hurt you to feel good, and there's nothing you can do for them. Those are the types, like I was talking about earlier, those are the types where you no contact walk. There's nothing you can do really to hurt someone who has fallen that far into darkness. Let me continue through. Thank you, Michelle, very much. There was a whole 10 minutes. HR says, the whole day mad as hell. Something isn't right. I can feel it. There's plotting going on. I can sense it. Well, HR, that has to do with, I guess we're going straight spiritual today. That has to go with the psychic connection that has been created between you and the person who is smearing you, who is hoovering you. Every single sentient creature that possesses spirit, or, well, they all possess spirit, but it has psychic ability. All of us do. Every single one of us, whether it's weak or strong, or you're very in tune with it. If it is part of your job in this life path, in this incarnation, to be a strong psychic, or whether it's not, doesn't matter. We all have it. I am. Oh fuck it, go full in. I'm a spellcaster. I've been casting spells since I was young. And the lessons that I have learned through going through narcissistic abuse and understanding the psychic connection between these forces has actually retroactively kind of brought back a lot of lessons that I learned early on. Mania, for instance. So if you're dealing with a narcissist who's a drug user, like meth, something that makes them manic, that creates a very strong psychic connection, that mania. I mean, just simply hoovering, even if they're not drug users, simply hoovering over somebody, right? So what's the idea of a hoover? You ghost the person, you block them, you create other accounts, you have flying monkeys, you have people that hoover that target of the victim, their victim of abuse, to feed them back information. They're still thinking about you, they're still working through. All right, and that constant thought, that wondering, that is a connection. That is a magical, psychic, whatever you want to call it, connection. It's a spiritual connection between you two. When you go through rumination, when you're recovering from narcissistic abuse, when you're still fighting that fight or flight, you're still fighting, the instincts that has been damaged into you to seek healing from your abuser, to seek relief from your abuser. You're still thinking about them. That connection is still created, is still there, even when you stop, right? So I made a video the other night because I don't want to go too much into this because it's negative supply for this person, but I made the mistake of trying to get into a relationship too early with somebody, and I ended up attracting the same type of person I was trying to get away from because I had unresolved damage. So I attracted another narcissist. I figured it out early on, got rid of them, went no contact. Done. That person still hoovers for whatever damn reason. It was like a month, and this desperate, thirsty for Walton narcissist is still hoovering, and I will get psychic bumps, psychic radar will go off about this person, because even though I'm not thinking about her, I mean, I'm at this moment, but like on the regular, like I just don't give a shit. But because she's constantly going off about me and the other supplies that she has in her life, I still get that ping. It's a hard thing to break away from, and I would suggest using protection amulets or praying to angels if you're Catholic, or if you're Christian, pray to Jesus, or whatever deity it is, for protection. Maybe when I get the channel monetized, I'll do a couple of videos on spiritual protections. Yeah, why not, right? I'm a witch. But that's why you're getting that. That's why you're getting that sense. Also, your instinct is very aware of what's going on. So make sure to pay attention. Pay attention to your intuition, because that's one of the lessons that we learn when we go through narcissistic abuse. Pay attention to your intuition. Something's absolutely going on. If you feel it, trust it, and protect yourself accordingly. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Please smash the like button, share out the link. If you're watching this later, please either watch the whole thing when you have time. If you have to leave, I'm trying to get my watch hours up. I need less than 400, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Yeah, goblin. That's right, through the veil. Hoovering hobgoblin. That's the only way to explain it. That's the only way to explain it. I've used a lot of different terms as I've been coming through this. Petri dish of STDs, but that doesn't really fit everybody, because not all narcissists are serial cheaters, or not all narcissists are like your ex-lover, right? But hoovering hobgoblin seems to have taken. I'm making a t-shirt. I'm making a hoovering hobgoblin t-shirt. I'm doing that. And Beth and I are going to work together to do a twin train wreck t-shirt. We're doing that, Beth. That's our thing. You're my toxic baby. But yeah, imagine the. And I was just talking about this with my sister, who's into sociology, and imagine the energy that it takes to be a toxic person, to be a hoovering hobgoblin, right? You are displacing any ownership or accountability of what you've done. You are covering up your entire world with lies, this funhouse mirror of lies. You are projecting all of your ills onto other people. You are completely avoiding that you are a garbage ass piece of shit, evil, demonic, worthless, low life asshole of a person, right? You do all this work to avoid healing your inner child, doing inner work. All this. Imagine if all that energy was put into progression. If that energy was put into evolving their soul, being a better person, learning lessons. It's a waste of energy. It's a complete waste of hoovering hobgoblins. You gotta kind of pity them. You just pity them a little bit. You get to that point, when you heal and you're looking back at what you went through, who you dealt with, and I think this would apply to family members, exes, narcissists, toxic people, friends, whatever they were. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get to a point where you look back you know, and you're past the point of accepting the fact that you let yourself down, that you didn't pay attention to the signs. You've forgiven yourself. All right, I guess, but you know, but you look back at the past and you see some of the shit that hoovering hobgoblin did, and you're like, wow, you are really fucked up. I thank the gods I ain't around you no more. I need to go no contact because I don't want to be around what you attract. Hoover and hobgoblins, honey. Let's see. Carrie Ann, what is up? Hey, from Quebec. Oh, bonjour. What is up? Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this experience, healing with the rest of us. And it's good to see you, Carrie Ann. Hail to you. Got full-blown Shrek. That's right. Not even a good Shrek. Am I right? Just like Shrek had a heart. At least Shrek had a heart. We're talking about a bunch of Lord Farquaads running around. That's what they are. Farquaads. All right. Let's see. HR says, yeah, I sense it today. It's draining me. You're going to go through those days. Quartz, my friend. I would suggest carrying some quartz around with you. It is the programmable stone. You can use it for protection. You can use it for healing. You can use it for anything. Carry some quartz. When you hold that quartz, imagine a shield of light around you, protecting you. Concentrate on that every time that you start feeling that sense. Shield of light. Hold your quartz. Shield of light. You'll get to a point where you work with that stone, and make sure to put it out under the full moon and put it out sometimes under the daylight to charge it. I would suggest moonlight if you're protecting yourself from psychic attack. Eventually, as you program that stone, it will become an enchantment unto itself and will protect you 24/7 by itself. Also, if you're dealing with your heart chakra, need some help, use rose quartz. Rose quartz is another great one. I use that all the time. I have a piece of rose quartz with me. Adventure with Beth says, narcs don't like to see you doing well without them. Make sure they know. Make sure they know after you have created strong boundaries, after you have committed to your self-worth, after you have had the ability to not emotionally react and respond how you choose. Because provoking narcissists, I know we want to do this. That's what reactive abuse was about, right? And that's what we want to do when we first come out of it. We first start to learn our worth, and we understand that we've been dealing with a lying, smearing, demonic, evil hobgoblin of Satan's mistress. You know, we've been dealing with that shit, or you know what I mean? If you do it too early, you will invoke more damage onto you. Remember, that narcissist knows, they know that playbook, especially if they're an older narcissist. They've been doing this a few times. They gave into their demons. Their demons are whispering in their ears, do this, do this, do this. They already have a playbook on how to go after your triggers, they have created insecurities. They have put things into your mind, into your psyche that they can use to trigger you to get their supply. So if you do it too early on, you're only inviting more damage. And I know it's difficult to do because you're freaking out all over the place because of everything that you've gone through, right? The hobgoblin, the flying monkeys, the people that have been lied to. Remember, that narcissist has already set up your downfall from the fucking rip. They've already talked to other people about that person's he's really or she's really the abusive one. The person that I'm hurting, they have multiple personalities. They're really the abusive one. You don't see what they're doing in the background. You don't because they're the victim. Narcissists are the victims. Toxic people are always the victims. No accountability. All of the things that have already been set up, that have already been working against you, that enemy, that horrible person, you need to protect yourself, know your worth, create your strong boundaries first. Then, once you feel your strength and know your worth, absolutely shine. Now, I'm not saying don't shine then. It's hard to shine, but as you're growing, don't shine so that they can see it. Shine for you, because they will see it. They're hoovering hobgoblins. You ain't got to worry about that. They spying. They got other accounts. They got people looking at you. They're doing that. They're insane. But when you get to a certain point, shining, being the best version of yourself is revenge in itself, Beth. Absolutely. All I'm saying is, as you heal, don't provoke too early on. I provoked early on while I was going through it back and forth got over a year trying to trying to break free, not breaking free, having no contact, breaking no contact, going back, being hoovered back. I went through a lot. I did. I gotta keep it real. And so by the time I got to the actual stand of just, this person is absolutely evil, there's no way to fuck it, what they're doing is evil, there's no fucking way to look around this, there's no, you know what I mean? And I began to fight because I did it too early. Not only did I look bad, not only did I say things that I shouldn't have said, or in a ways that I shouldn't have said them, but I also attracted a ton of other toxic people who wanted to jump in on the fun and try and get Walton to kill himself. So you have to protect yourself. You're dealing with evil people. You're dealing with evil people. I get verbose. I'm charismatic and passionate. That's naturally who I am. And so I come at it with a kind of a warrior's attitude, because I fought for how many months and won. I won myself back. But not all situations are the same. So understand that you are in a type of danger. And be careful when you are defending your name and when you are fighting back. But don't ever stop shining. Never stop shining. Beth is damn right about that. You never stop shining. Let's go. Through the veil says shower. You just mixed brine and poured over your... Thank you. Blessed be. Carrie Ann says, yes, a lot of signs and dreams. God shows them... God showed me in dreams, he, the narc, was cheating on me many times. Yep. And I confronted him, and it was true. The narc's thinking I had hacking him, but no, it was God. Absolutely, Carrie Ann. Absolutely. The narcs, like I said, depending on the type of toxic person, but narcissists in general, they didn't fight their demons. They live with their demons. They love their demons. They fuck their demons. I'm sorry. But they become them. They embrace them. And you're right. They try to break your connection with God. Those demons want to break your connection with the divine, with source. They want to destroy something beautiful in order to feel better about themselves, to feel that they have a measure of control over themselves. And so it's their job to destroy that light in you, to break you down. That's how they are. In order to avoid... And they have a contract. Carrie Ann, I said it like this. I'll say it again. They have a contract with the devil. And the devil will bless them if they are destroying other people. But the devil will come after them if they're not. If they don't have any supply, if they're not destroying another person, devil's going to come after them. Their karma's going to come back to them. So yeah, absolutely. I had dreams too. I had intuition, prophetic dreams, visions, signs, outright people coming straight to me. But because I was so involved in my own self-deception, I ignored my intuition. I ignored God. I ignored the goddess. I ignored source. And I didn't, because I wanted to believe that was not a goblin. I was bullshitting myself. Those liars want to spread their pain into you. They want to pass on their pain. Part of that is turning you into what they are. You lie to yourself because they're turning you into what they are. You engage in reactive abuse because they're turning you into what they are. They want to have you ignore your intuition, your instincts, and your connection with God because they want you to be like they are. And it's a terrible thing. But yeah, I mean, good for you, baby. I'm glad. Sorry, I'm French. Girl, I love France. Man, vive la France, girl. I know you're from Quebec. I know. I love you French girls. Don't be sorry for nothing. Nothing. If it wasn't for y'all, wouldn't have Statue of Liberty and all that. Like, you're Canadian. I'm fucking up. I'm trying to be cool, and it's not working. I love you, Carrie Ann. When I did, I get the lockdown on demons. Oh, baby. Yeah. Fresh metal ore. Every one of your corners of your house. It's about, that I found that to be a wonderful deterrent. We'll talk sometime, Nicole. We'll talk. This ain't that type of channel no more. We'll talk. This is you're so thank you, Brian. Thank you, Bayan. I thank you very much. I appreciate that. I ain't never been called pretty before, but I will accept it. I will accept pretty. Okay? Thank you. I mean, you call some women handsome, right? So I will accept pretty. Thank you very much. I'm gonna get my hair did soon. Okay? No, thank you, Brian. I appreciate you. Thank you, Beth, for sharing that links. Please subscribe to Through the Veil. And check out Ryan Roger Athy. If you could throw out a link for that, greatly appreciate it. Michelle says hi. Hi, mommy issues. Yeah. Yes. Yes. He had mommy issues. I have mommy issues too. The the narco was triangulated with by narc. God, it was was a psychopath. Yeah, but yeah. You got to resolve those mommy issues, y'all. If you don't resolve your mommy issues, if you have mommy, I have abandonment issues from mom. If you don't resolve those mommy issues, you will end up being a gay biker in Delaware, getting banged by trannies. Okay, you gotta you face them issues. Face them. Michelle says, "Hi, mommy issues." The ex-psychopath mommy used to say, "Brocky boy could do no wrong." Yeah. No. Well, hold on. You know, psychopaths. Something that I've learned that I didn't know because I'm still learning. Psychopaths actually target narcissists. It's a shame that we can't pull them in on our team, you know? It's a shame that we can't pull a few because they target narcissists. They understand that they're damaged and they understand how to manipulate them because narcissists still have feelings. They're selfish about them, you know, and so do sociopaths. Psychopaths, and not all psychopaths are killers, by the way, guys. It's like a thing in the movies. They're not all killers, but they think different. Their brain chemistry is different. They do not see the world the way we do. They do not have empathy, I wish, Michelle, I wish there was a way we could harness the psychopaths. You know what I mean? Bring back dueling, y'all. If we could get the bring back dueling movement. If we could get the fuck around and find out bill passed and bring back dueling, I think the psychopaths would be 100% behind it, right? Because one of their favorite targets is narcissists, also borderline personality disorder and sociopaths, because the amount of power and control that a psychopath can have over all of them, because they're not getting hurt, they're not getting manipulated by those other types. They're running the game. Very dangerous personality type. And I think that mommy issues, the other guy, one of the other guys I was dealing with, was a psychopath. And that's why he was able to play the devaluation and smear game and the game just so well. I believe that he was a psychopath, but at the same time, he was very threatened by me for some reason, wanted to emulate me, which made me think he was a grandiose narcissist or a malignant narcissist. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Cluster B clusterfucks, guys. Stay away from them. Just understand that is a goblin, and run and run. Carrie Ann says, this relationship opened my third eye on demon dimensions. I began to see dark forces the second I began to be with the narc. Well, that's good. Yeah, because they're all around them. They attract those dark forces. They work in them. I was talking to a narc abuse victim whose narcissist, the one that's coming after them, is actually a witch, a dark witch, a satanic witch. And I can't imagine someone who actually does casting and projection and manifestation like that being a narcissist and using those utilizing them. That's like a whole nother level of manipulation. I kick myself. I'm thankful that Narc X did not take the time to sit down and learn what I wanted to teach her from the Grimoire of Storm. I'm also mad at myself for wanting to teach someone who's irresponsible those powers. You know, but on the upside, I'm very good at psychic attacks. And we'll get into that later. You know what? That's something else. I need stickers on people. Okay, all right. Bring back dueling, girl. I told him I would. Michelle says I told him I would pray for his soul. He did say he didn't believe in souls. Creepy darkness. I mean, whatever he said was a lie, possibly a lie. So you just take it like that. And you just pray. That's the best thing, really. Pray. You do. If you want to pray for them, pray for them. Most of all, like Source, God, Universe, the Lord and Lady, Karma, the All Father, whatever it is, you know, it's going to come back. It's going to come back at them. But if you are praying for good intentions, so Michelle, how do I put this? When you pray, I look at praying as, and you may not take, guys, some of you may not take this as the same thing, and I apologize if this is at all offensive. I am not trying to be. I look at praying as spell casting. Spell casting is ritual prayer. And when you are thinking about a person and you are throwing your intention and you are entangling yourself with that person through the collective consciousness, you are now entangling with them, and you are furthering a connection or a bond with them. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like if you're God, if your way of worship, and if the way that the divine source God manifests itself through you in this life is, or says that praying for your enemies or praying for someone is the way to be, in a positive sense, then do it. I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. Your connection with source is the truth. That is your truth. But if you are anyone who does anything like me, or thinks in terms like I do, understand that you thinking, like, just simple act of thinking about them, staring at the walls, crying, all of that stuff that you went through, you're creating a further connection with them. Praying for them is creating a further connection with them, and you really want to cut that connection. You want to be a shining bright light, and that was a black hole. That goblin was trying to steal your shine. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you feel as though it is right, because we went through something where we ignored our intuition, don't ignore your intuition. If your heart, your intuition, if that's telling you to pray for them, pray for them. Thank you for your videos, actively healing. Oh, thank you, Michelle. And it's because of people like you. It's because of people like you that I'm healing too, and I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful to be here on this healing journey with you. And whatever I can do to help, that's what I'm here to do. If somebody went through 1/10 of what I went through, this is my mission in life. Narcissistic abuse awareness. Coming after toxic people. I think that I finally found something that I really believe in this life, and that is spreading awareness of this condition, this type of abuse, what we go through, and helping others to heal. I am myself still going through the healing process, so I may go back on one or two things that I discussed or I was adamant on early on through my healing, but that's just how we learn and grow. But thank you very much for being here on the ride. My shirt says Kakashi. That's Match Kakashi. That is one of my favorite characters from Naruto. Yeah, what's up, Ryan? Good to see you. Mine was a triad. Jesus, Ryan, yours was a triad, the dark triad. I hope that wasn't a dark empath on top of it. Dark empaths are empaths or psychic people that have the dark triad, and that I couldn't imagine, dude. I thought I was dealing with a triad, but honestly, I don't think I am. I think I dealt with a woman who has a lot of unresolved issues, that are beyond my ability to truly discern. I'm not a psychotherapist. And I thought she was a dark triad for a moment, or a dark empath, but that's not. I don't think that's not the case. I think she attracted dark forces around her. I think her own damages attract other damaged people, other toxic people around her. And then because she's a woman and she has, sex as a woman absorbs the energy of men, and then would display the characteristics of those toxic men. Because there were times where I could have sworn, my empathy could have sworn that there was a real person underneath, Then again, I could be bullshitting myself still, because I did know her for 20 years and I was in love. But yeah, dark triad, dude. Guys, if you do not know about the dark triad, please check out Jordan Peterson. Please look at him, Jordan Peterson, man. I heard that name for years. I've heard that name for years and didn't really check him out until I started going through this. And I have become a Jordan Peterson fan. Look at, and if you don't like him, for whatever reason, but check out videos or information on the dark triad. That is the worst, the most damaging, awful, destructive, harmful, hurtful, predatorial, demonic personality type that one can have. And if you throw empath in there, because if dark empath, let's see, through the veil, do graphics for shirts. You get to, okay, yeah, well, I gotta find somebody to do them. I gotta find somebody to do the graphics with me. But Beth, Beth and I, all right? All right? And it needs, somewhere in the picture, it needs to have Beth and Steve, okay? On the 2 trains. I don't care where it's edged in. It'll look small, out of the way, because it is trains for everybody. I have found my twin train wreck, and it's got to be 2 locomotives hitting the shit out of each other with a big plume of fire smoke in a heart shape. Toxic love. It has to be that. Okay? Yeah, if anybody does graphic design or anything, let me know. I did know a lot of artists. And I went through narcissistic abuse, and some of them just disappeared out of my life. Some of them were my friends. Some of them fell for the bullshit that other toxic people came at me with while I was down. They used to be my friend. I'm gonna do a whole video on. I'm gonna do an entire video or a live stream on when you go through narcissistic abuse, and you begin to heal and you begin to learn the lessons. And you can discern who lies, who's a manipulator, what is manipulation, the things that made us susceptible to the abuse. And once you learn those things, and how, especially if you're an advocate for awareness, how many people who used to be your friend will show their true colors, or will stab you, or try and bring you down. Like it was mind-blowing, heartbreaking, another level of heartbreak for me to know that people that I had loved, that had been my support system, that I had helped to grow, that I'd been there for, were in fact toxic people hiding, waiting for the right opportunity to stab me. And it was a difficult thing. But I'm gonna do an entire stream on that. Ryan says, my shrink said she thought schizo. They don't understand. There's another, my sister was bringing up another personality type that I'm not familiar with. Amber Heard has it, or was diagnosed with it. Dissociated personality disorder, disassociating something. Damn, I can't think of it. If anybody has it, if anybody knows, can you put it up in the chat? But they're very narcissistic. Like, they act in narcissistic terms. Because I've said I've dated Amber Heard. Like when I was joking about her, I'm like, yeah, I've dated Amber Heard. Thank God there was no turd in the bed though. And so, like I said, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still figuring out different things. I'm not a psychotherapist, but don't stop yourself from learning, especially when you go through what we go through. It's a hell of an education. It is an unwanted education, but it is necessary for the growth of your soul, for your spirit, in order for you to achieve the next level. HR says, I play dumb, so they think I'm easy. They give me all the wicked tricks, and now I know. That's HR. That's how I got past I didn't even want there to be a last one, but there was a last one. That's how I got through it. I knew when that person sat across me from a table and said, you're gaslighting me. I know your situation that you've lived for the last year, and your friend that you've known since you were 17 better than you do. I knew at that moment I was dealing with a bullshitter. I was dealing with a toxic ass narcissist. And from that point forward, I treated it accordingly. And you're right, act dumb. I'm gonna do definitely gonna do videos for the member content about that, because I've learned when and when not to respond, how to respond. I have learned how to be in a room with snakes and fakes and not call them out and work the room. I've learned a lot, but yeah, absolutely, HR. That's the growth and the learning experience that we get from this, And it makes it hard, HR, doesn't it? It makes it hard when you see other people being fooled by that personality type. I operate. I am the observer now. I used to operate in a very large community of YouTubers and online personalities. I observe them now, and I observe different people that I know in that community, that either because they've done me wrong or they've done someone I've witnessed them do wrong to somebody else, or I've also been able to discern who they are now that I have learned and gone through what I went through, and I see them fooling people that I know have good hearts, that are good people, and I don't say nothing. I can't say anything. That's a goblin, but I'm not going to say that's a goblin. But I'll definitely be there when that. But if that person gets hurt by that goblin, and they need somebody to talk to, they need somewhere to come, I'm here. I'll be here. Strange. It's strange, HR, how we learn and grow, isn't it? Through the Veil says, I gave Narc 0 energy. I pushed the mute button. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. Something the Bear Nerd Fun has said several times. Early on in the fourth wave, silence is golden. That's what we used to say. Yes, I didn't pay attention to that rule. But you're right, silence is golden. Cut off your energy. Do not give them supply. Refuse to exchange your energies, your power, your strength with a black hole. That goblin wants to destroy you. Let that goblin stay in a cave. They'll find other supply. What bothers me is the ones that hoover and sucks in with them. It's like you have a cult of goblins. You do have a cult of goblins through the Veil. I was dealing with a whole freaking mess of them. A whole bunch of goblins that were coming after me that were all surrounding Narc X. And what Narc X she failed to understand, which is the same thing she fails to understand with the other narcissist she triangulated me with, and that is now abusing her in ways I would never. I just can't as a man. I don't hit women. You know what I mean? If I was going to be gay, I'd just be gay. If I'm going to cheat, I'm going to break up with you. You know, I'm dealing with that. She deals with that because she attracted that. That's how she was acting to others, and that's what she attracted into her life. Let them destroy each other. She fails to realize, or maybe she doesn't. Maybe it's a part of her toxicity that keeps her in a relationship with an abusive fucking queer biker. But she also attracted those other toxic people. The goblins came together. All the snakes came together. I don't like using the word snakes, by the way. I do, but I don't, because snakes are power creatures. The goblins. But what she fails to understand, or either supplies her toxicity, her need to be devalued, is that those toxic people were talking trash. I have broken no contact. There have been a few times in the past I have broken no contact. I've been hoovered back in. I've been curious. I've been whatever. I've been fooled. I've been an idiot, whatever. But some of the conversations that I've had with Narc X, I've told her, I said, yeah, so-and-so was clowning you online. No, so-and-so's a good person. No. So-and-so is a goblin that you attracted by being an evil piece of shit and talking trash. And they came along for the ride. They don't give a shit about you. So-and-so and so-and-so's friends were clowning you on a live stream because they don't care about you. And like I said, I don't know. I'm not a psychotherapist. I don't know what her clusterfuck conditions are. And I wish her the best. But I think that she attracts people that devalue her. I think she likes that. It has to be the reason. But yeah, they come together. They come together and got Comicsgate, big cluster of motherfuckers. Big, not all of them. Some people are just there to try and promote their books and try and they're not all like they're just trying to. They're on the coattails of a name, but like the core of Comicsgate, the Van Sciver and everybody that kisses his gay ass, that's a cluster of snake. That's a cluster of goblins that are just they destroy another motherfucker without any care to give. Don't give a shit. A bunch of toxic people. Ain't none of them good. Let's see. Carrie Ann says, yes, there are always the victims and the triangulate. At the end of our relationship, when I got all the details about his lies, he said I was a sociopath and who wanted to destroy his life. Yeah, well, of course you're this or that, right? Of course you are. You were hurt. You were damaged. You were lied to, gaslit, triangulated. You were lied about, smeared, hoovered, ghosted, devalued. You're the asshole. You're the bad person. You're the awful person. Of course, to that piece of trash, that lying hobgoblin. Understand this, y'all. Believe in karma. Because that demonic piece of trash attracts what they put out. They seek out victims that aren't like them, that are like us. They do. But that demonic piece of trash is going to get what's coming to them. They surround themselves with darkness. They surround themselves with other toxic people. They will eventually find someone who will destroy them. And if we're lucky enough, find their own psychopath that will easily fuck with them and destroy and annihilate them in karmatically the ways that they deserve. You give what you get. Carrie Ann also says, because I contact the new supply, like the 6 new supplies during our relationship. Wow. And he said he would call the police if I contacted him again. He tried to shut me up with the police, but he was cheating on me. Yeah, well, he's a serial cheater. Right? And honey, let me ask you something, Carrie Ann. Was he gay? You know these toxic dudes are gay, right? You know they banging trannies, right? You know they out there, they're sick. They escape through sex too. They got sex addictions. I'm just taking. I gotta, you know what? I gotta take a poll. I actually gotta take a poll, put it up on my channel, and see how many y'all women have dealt with gay narcs. Right. Well, you were trying to warn them. This is why the Bring Back Dueling movement is so important, because the current system on dealing with narcissistic abuse is to know your worth, go no contact, and allow that hoovering hobgoblin to move on to the next victim and destroy them. Do not contact them. And I don't think that that's right. I don't think that just, letting it go, letting a person who is already evil, who is coming after you, move on to the next victim and destroy them is the way to go. How is that empathetic? How is that being good? How is that being a good person? Just allow them to go off and destroy somebody else. This is why we need to bring back dueling, guys. Hashtag bring back dueling. Please put it out there everywhere. Bring back dueling. I believe that this is a way that we can promote. I think if we get enough of petitions, I think if we get we can get the fuck around and find out, bill passed. And once we do, we will have armies. We'll have entire collections of narcissistic abuse survivors standing shoulder to shoulder, locked and loaded with love. All right? And trust and believe that narcissist is going to run out of bullets before they run out of victims. So we may lose a few along the way. But it's for a good cause, okay? And we're going to have a team of our own people that are holding the new supply as the duel happens. The one that's still fooled, that still thinks that narcissist is a good person, that's still trauma bond, that's still in love and still in the love bombing. We'll have a team of people who are well heeled and well trained to deal with it, to help calm them down because they don't understand. And I think it's great. I think the psychopaths would be behind it. I think there would be a rise, not only in, I think there would be a rise of joy in the psychopath community and a rise in masturbation. I do. I think the sociopaths just wouldn't care. I think the borderlines I think they would serve coffee. I think it would be a wonderful experience. All the cluster Bs would come together to mess with the narcissist, because I think the narcissist is about the worst, right? They're the most pathetic. I am not serious. That is entirely satire, unless it happens. But entirely satire. When you try to contact the new supply, you are actually adding to the triangulation. You are adding to the negative fuel, the negative supply that is taking place that the narcissist is getting. That's the game. They want you in that game. They want you triangulated. They want you feeling devalued. They want you fighting. They want that other person to, so much the better if that new supply, even during the love bombing stage, believes any of what you said, because that speeds up the part that they like, the negative fuel. The love bombing stage isn't what the narcissist enjoys. That's temporary. That first love bombing stage, that's entirely temporary. That's the building up to crash you down. The crashing down is what they love. That feeling of control, well, they completely destroyed you and made you feel as awful as they feel inside. They were able to project that pain and pass it on, fulfill their contract with the devil, while they're moving on to their secondary supply or tertiary supply. They're feeling great about themselves. And then when they come back to love bomb again, that's just control. They don't actually like you. They have no respect for you. You let them back. You forgave them. You showed empathy. You showed caring. You showed being a kind person who gave a damn about who was being understanding that they have unresolved issues that you want to be there to help with, because you love them so much that you will take that pain, you will take that damage, because you're a healer. They don't respect you after that. No, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You're everything they are. They now have free fucking reign to destroy your reputation, to come after you, to control you, to lie, to make you love them, and get all that supplies that bring you up higher so they can crash you down further. And with the ultimate goal, I believe the ultimate goal of getting you to unalive yourself. That's like a trophy. You imagine? Think about this in these terms. A narcissist triangulates, cheats, lies, ghosts, devalues, hoovers back, smears, love bombs, over and over again, so many times that you eventually unalive yourself. That's ultimate control. That narcissist just got you to the point where you took your own life. Not only that, not only can they hide in the cut, not only can they be in their room snickering and loving the fact that they got someone to murder themselves, but they can also go out in public and play the victim. That person was so disturbed. They were so abusive. I couldn't help them with their traumas. I feel terrible. I feel awful about them unaliving themselves. That's a trophy to them. Don't think that ain't the case, y'all. I know there's a difference between narcissists and narcissism. People who are narcissistic. I'm not saying all people who are narcissistic, that is their end goal. But if they are a narcissist, that is the trophy that they want up on their wall. That's why it's so very important for all of us to be here supporting one another. And as I've said many times, and I'll say many times before, if my content, the way that I come at this is not to your liking, please go find someone whose is, because there's a lot of good content creators out there for narcissistic abuse awareness. The most important thing is to get awareness out there. These people are evil. And people are leaving this earth. Good, kind, loving people who put their heart, energy, and everything that they had into trying to heal someone who was only trying to destroy them, and they ended up unaliving themselves because of these types, this personality type, these evil demonic creatures. It's very important to do what we do. Thank you so much for supporting one another in whatever chat you're in, whatever group you're in, and whoever it is that you're helping. Thank you. Thank you very much. And those of you that are healing, y'all are my heroes. Let's continue on. What's up, Phil TMNT? Hail, brother. Another great person in this community. If y'all could put it out, Beth. You know what, Phil? I can't add moderators here. Phil, I will do my best. I'm going to add you as a moderator at some point so you can put your channels out there. Someone bring Steven a dress and a tiara. What? Well, we went back to the pretty... Oh, we back that far. Oh my God, it's been like an hour. Carrie Ann says, yes, I feel I switched my place with him and I decided to help him. And when he was finished with me, he just left like nothing. And he left me with the depression, and now he is free with a new supply. No. He's running the same script. First off, you learned, you grew, you became a better person. You're growing. You're going to be a shining bright light that he can't stand, and he will fucking hoover you back because you're going to become stronger than you've ever been. And you're going to be able to deal with that, narc. Wait, when I get this channel monetized, come on, become a channel member, and I will tell you exactly how to do it. That new supply, no. He's not free. He's in a new stage of devaluing another person. He's a demon. He'll never be happy. He will never be as happy as you or I could be. And that's why they collect people. That's why they collect supply. Because they need other people to make them feel happy because they are not happy. Let me see. Go through. HR says, Cluster B Hive Networks mixing. I see their group signatures and I can see through what's to come. I've got that new pair of eyes, still working on how to use them all the time though, but I do definitely see them. What is up, Nikki Red? We suffer no fools. Hail my sister. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you for every time you are in my comments. Thank you for every suggestion. It's awesome, Nikki. Good to see you. Glad to see that you could make it. Let's see. Through the Veil says he was scared he was going to spell work under his underwear in the backyard, and that's why he was scared. We gotta have a talk. Y'all, my witches out there. We gotta have a talk. Man, did I perfect war water? And we'll talk about that later. Carrie Ann says, I hope they're going to be alone. Well, they can't be alone. If they're alone, they have to face themselves, and then they have to face that they're pieces of trash. Maybe they understand what it's like to be really alone. They do. No, they do. That's why they do what they do, Carrie Ann. That's why they destroy others. They can't be alone. They know what it's like, because when they are alone, they can't not face themselves. They can't not. When a narcissist has no supply, they are insane. They go insane. They go into depression. They can't. They need someone else to validate their existence. They are alone. That soul will not heal unless they choose to do so. Unless they choose to do the work. Go to psychotherapy. Put in the work. It can happen. I follow 4. I follow 4 different narcissists at this point who all go to psychotherapy, and who are educating people about their condition. It can happen, but no, he was never alone because he is alone. I mean, you look at it from, I understand, Carrie Ann, how you're looking at this from the outside looking in. So there is a strength in being alone. I have learned. I had to do this. I had to isolate myself from the community, the YouTube community, the Twitter community, my online community. I had to isolate myself from them, from friends, people that I know care, but didn't understand what I went through. I had to isolate myself from everyone. I only talked to a handful of people in my personal life, because being comfortable by yourself is true strength. That's being able to see yourself. That's being able to be comfortable to look at yourself, to understand who you are. Narcissists surround themselves with people because they need that validation. I'll be done in 10 minutes, son. Because they need that validation, right? Narc X would surround herself on live streams with a whole groups of toxic people, all to talk trash about me, calling herself out, calling me an it or a thing, an object. Imagine that, right? But she needed that. She needed to jump onto streams with 1,000 people in the chat with some dude from Comicsgate in order to get that validation, to talk trash, to smear, to lie, to talk, to devalue me, to spread their bullshit, because they need to be around others. They cannot be alone. They do not have that strength to be alone. To be alone for a narcissist means to face who they are. It means having to look in the mirror. They avoid that mirror. They look through a funhouse mirror out at everyone else, a funhouse mirror of lies and illusion, so they can dictate the way that they distort their worldview. They don't look at themselves. They don't do the work. They don't do that. Being alone is a strength, Carrie Ann. I suggest you embrace that strength. And I know it's difficult, because part of the narcissistic abuse track is making people feel isolated, smearing you behind your back, talking to friends and family, creating the narrative that you are the abuser before the abuse that no one saw that was happening to you takes effect and you engage in reactive abuse. And then that smear campaign begins, because they've already set the stage. I told you they were abusive. I told you they were crazy. I know that you feel isolated, more isolated than you've ever been. Now you need to isolate further. Now is when you learn your true strength, girl. Now is when you really create, understand, forge that connection with God, the divine, the All-Father. Now is when you summon up everything that you have, everything that you've been through. Now where the real work begins. Isolating yourself, knowing yourself better, healing yourself, forgiving yourself. You let yourself down. We all did. Forgive yourself. Learn those lessons. Because we do what narcissists do not do. We do the shadow work. We look at ourselves. We do the inner work. We spend time with ourselves. We look at how we let ourselves down, our failings. We look at what happened to us. We go through like a fine-tooth comb. We have to face what happened in our head, the psychological traumas that we went through, the triggers that were created, the damages that we had pre-existing that we did not either know we had or never faced, that were used against us. We now have to do that on a battlefield, fighting your body as it's going through fight or flight, as it's looking for the healing. The healing is looking to stop the pain by going back to your abuser. We do the real work, connecting yourself, disconnecting yourself spiritually from that hoovering hobgoblin that you're under constant psychic attack by. Your greatest strength, Carrie, is being alone and knowing yourself, knowing your worth, understanding your lessons, going through the pain, going through the trials. Cry when you have to. Be mad at yourself when you have to. But love yourself. Know your worth. Create your boundaries. You're not going to deal with that shit again. You are a shining bright light in the darkness of the world. And now it's time for you to shine for yourself. Fuck that goblin. Fuck every person they fucked you over with. Fuck every person every flying monkey, every lie, every time they tore you down, every time you had to cry, you were crying up all night long, staring at the walls, crying in a pool because you did not understand how you were giving everything that you were to somebody who was out banging a tranny or banging somebody else. Or treating you like complete, or out online smearing you, telling lies while you're hurt, trying to hurt you more while you're trying to pick yourself up. All of that created in you, you may not see it right now, the strongest version of yourself. It hasn't completely manifested yet. You got to do the work. You've got to do what the narcissists, what toxic people do not do. Refuse to pass on pain. That's how they get by. They pass on pain and destroy other people. They embrace their demons. They seek the destruction of others to feel control because they have no control over themselves. We don't do that. That's not what we do. We embrace that pain. We face those demons and we overcome them. Isolate, heal, do the work, integrate your shadow self, and you will be fine because we do not pass on pain, honey. Man, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I got to go feed the kid now. Please, if you're just watching this, please go back, watch it again. Help me with my watch hours, put my live streams on repeat, something. I would greatly appreciate it. I've never actually asked for these tricks, but I'm in a bad financial situation, and I refuse to die. I refuse to die. I refuse to stop. It took everything that I had, my mind, body, soul, and my finances to break the depression, to break the trauma bond. It took everything in me, and it left me in a much worse state than where I started. So the faster I can get this channel monetized and make some money with it, that'd be great. And if you guys are willing to give anything, Cash App, Lodonis. Greatly. Nikki, thank you very much. That was the first tip I got from this channel, by the way. That was so awesome. I used that $20 on Father's Day. So to do something nice for me. So thank you so much. Guys, please remember to support your independent creators out there, support your other narcissistic abuse victims, so your survivors, my fellow brothers and sisters, my survivors and thrivers of narcissistic abuse. Do not give up. Do not stop that shine. Stay no contact. When you got to deal with that Hoover and Hobgoblin, you come at them with truth. Truth is the bane of all liars. They can't stand it. They don't live in reality. They live outside reality. So when you got to deal with them smear campaigns, you deal with them liars and flying monkeys, choose when to engage and when not to engage. Choose when to respond. If they're too thirsty for your dick, you don't serve it to them. Let them sit on the outside, starve them toxic pieces of trash, and do your best to heal. Isolate. Know your worth. Understand your value. You will not stop. You are a shining bright light in the darkness of the world. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, telling you, wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other, and suffer no fools. Peace.